What's going on, everybody? It's the motherfucking Nerd Rap Podcast. And, you know what I mean, how's everybody doing and shit? You feel me? Make sure y'all follow on the anchor.fm or Spotify for podcasters. So check it out. Um, See this latest episode. Easy to block Captain versus Adept hnic. First off, Easy to Block Captain's been going on a media tour ever since he broke from the URL. Just looked genius on the low low, just working, having conversations with people. And I guess he tried to do an interview with Adept. Um, didn't really go well, just from seeing the clips of them arguing, calling each other, pussies and this, that, and the third. Um, the B1000, I feel like um, this was an L for both of them in a sense. Easy definitely got out of character. Adept got him out of character. Adept does have a habit of just instantly just calling niggas, calling niggas out their name immediately. It gets dark for both parties. But I'm gonna say this: two things. Adept um, makes a lot of correlations to the occult when it comes to URL Beasley, they're worshiping Pan and they did it right from a Masonic lodge and it's a Masonic lodge. And I have no personal issue with Adept and some of his content because some of his content, like when he talked about the Chris Bias case and shit like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, when it comes to your push for these homosexuals and the occult, when you don't bring that same venom to your man who literally had sex with a girl that he raised as his daughter, when you say, you're vouching for Trump as being the best president, and him and Epstein were both charged in the 90s for touching a child, and that wasn't his first charge either, Donald Trump specifically. Matter of fact, the Charlottesville riot in Virginia, irony enough, he has charges there as well for the beauty pageant he used to run for kids. I just find it funny when, you've been accused of being racist and you find this occult knowledge and nigga just being DL. And I don't think every instance where hip hop is propagating it. I'm not one of these guys who feel everything is the occult and that if you're part of certain lodges, you're automatically a devil worshiper. Because from your interpretation, from what I see from your videos, all it takes for you to be a worshiper of these demons of Pan or Baphomet and other things, all it takes is for you to just go against the word of God, you know, Abrahamic God specifically, Abrahamic God. But you call B dot a mother, a mother god worshiper, and how that's devilish and it's a cult because that it's demon worship, and I just find that real white manish coming from someone who calls themselves the head nigga in charge. Again, what I mean? I discovered your content through the Chris Bias and you putting a focus on his case and looking at the details of his case, which again definitely needs to be exposed to the public because at the end of the day, he was allowed to lie about his case for years. When at the end of the day, what I mean, you still, until proven otherwise, nigga, you a sex offender. But at the same time, I do notice that it's been just an overall scrutiny you've had with the URL. Most respected. May do a lot of fuck shit, but I don't think that people's flawed character is automatically them practicing in the occult and niggas are putting glizzies in their mouth just to sign battle rap contracts. Now, do people do this in the entertainment industry as a whole? Do they fuck their way to get to certain places? Do they do all that? Yeah, I mean, women do it all the time, but I think Easy actually brought up a point when asking you that you tried to spin and say he was condoning it, which no, I actually get the logic of asking you what would be the difference between women doing that, and that's not considered occult like and satanic, which it should be because that's wrong and taking power from people. But when a man does it, it's a sacrilege and it's this conspiracy, and now it's about secret societies, and it's a whole nother level when if niggas doing the same thing that women would do when they both compromise their character just for ascension and power. And I think you turned it into say that he's condoning it when he's saying I don't see the big deal and why I would stress about if niggas do certain things or favors for other zesty ass niggas so they can get position. I just don't see where that would. I just don't see where the devil worship comes into that. So I think with Adept, I think there was a spin on what Eazy said in that moment when he brought up the fact of I don't see the difference between a man doing something advanced versus a woman, and not in condoning it because I think niggas got that confused. Like, oh, we saying there's nothing wrong with it. He's not. No, but what he's asking is why is it only called a cult, satanic worship, when a man's doing something that you don't give the same scrutiny to women? Because like women is sucking and fucking to get to the higher levels. What makes you think as human beings there isn't a weak ass nigga who wouldn't sacrifice his body just for ascension? But is that instantly the occult or the Illuminati? Which a lot of I hate when niggas just throw that blanket term out because there's a nigga in your gas station who's part of the Illuminati. That has nothing to do with devil worship or doing anything like that of the sort in the slightest. I don't think niggas understand it's like a fraternity. Same thing with Masons, Eastern Stars, and just because people are a part of these lodges does not instantly make them devil worshippers. That doesn't. The only people who say that are people who didn't take the time to actually research a lot of these lodges and these people, individuals. Every last person doesn't practice in the occult, a satanic shit, and oftentimes when they do it, they're Abrahamic faith believers. All this occult and black magic and wizardry, nigga, all that should be in the Bible, dog. So I don't. No, me, that's one part that really kind of throws me sometimes. And then because it's such a bash against African spirituality as a whole, because you said people are Pan African, so they're into occult shit because they're Pan African. But you say you're black, and I think you're Dominican, which means that your bloodline will be directly West African, Igbo, Yoruba. So you, in turn, would have the bloodline of the occult, because that's what you're saying. It's a cult, right? And funny enough, adept is an occult term. Adept is an occult term. I know you said that it's meant to be someone who's easily adaptable and, the Webster definition, but adept is actually an occult term. So I just find it very funny that is oftentimes you putting the label of someone being occult or worshiping Pan or these gods of festivity and real First Inquisition level of religious zealot that we're dealing with a lot of these people. And it's hard to understand as to whether you are critiquing the occult or you, and I don't want to say this because you're Latino. I'm born in Puerto Rico too, but being Afro-Latino, you clearly know that there are certain Latinos who have anti-black sentiments, no different than the people who colonized and conquered us. And sometimes I have to wonder if you have those same types of views with just the certain things you say. You was so hyped when he said "fuck them dead niggas" with T-Top to B-Dot. No, I gotta ask because it's like, what's the inherent issue with African faith? Because it's not Abrahamic faith. Because I mean, if you want to be 1,000, Christianity is African. I can't remember the name of the kingdom. The Aksum kingdom, I assume. But back when the Arabs was enslaving Africans, the Aksum Empire was a Christian empire, putting their hands and feet on them Arabs for a long time when they had their African slaves. So I just want to. I mean, the first Bible is in Ethiopia, so I just want to know you know, does that automatically make someone a devil worshiper? Because I just noticed that push when you say people wear certain things, certain colors. He's wearing these colors that symbolizes this, and he's wearing that symbolizes this. Well, maybe people who don't believe in these things that were used to oppress a certain group of people, that enslaved a certain group of people. What's funny too? They use the excuse that black people were cursed because we're the son of Ham. And with certain documentation it doesn't even say that it was even Ham's descendant. So now, if we were taught that black people were inherently cursed to be slaves and be punished, but then you find out through text that it's not even the right person they're calling us the descendants of. So then how did that whole story work if it's not the descendants of Ham, the niggers, that are actually supposed to be cursed and it was misinformation? So basically, a bunch of religious zealots was justified by a lie. By a lie, basically. But hearing you constantly call things devil worship and anti, occult, when funny enough, the concept of the devil itself that the Bible uses didn't even come into existence until Catholicism. That was an invention of the Catholic Church. The original version of the Bible doesn't even have a version of hell, nor the devil. Funny. Funny. So that's where my disconnect comes in that whole occult and pan shit that you be on sometimes. Because if you want to be 1,000, it was the people accusing others of being into occult black magics that were into occult and black magics and sacrifices and just being 1,000. Like the Crusades were literally people in the name of your deity slaughtering people and heretics and non-believers. I don't think people in Yoruba were killing people who didn't believe in Oshus. Just saying. And another thing with Easy the Block Captain. Sorry I had to go on that tangent. Just this, you know what I mean? Like I'm proud of my ancestry. So when people have these types of takes and they say they're still allies to the people, but then they'll call themselves Hebrews, which again confuses me because they're African. Like you're in a continent. I don't. But anyway, so when it comes to Easy the Block Captain is somebody who it really confuses me with Easy the Block Captain. I think he brought up Hurricane Dew and the footage of him choking her. Devo had to break it up. Number one, I'm going to say this first and foremost. This was brought up when it happened, so we're not going to act like it didn't happen. It was brought up when it didn't happen. To me, how we got to that conversation, I'm not aware of. I think Adept was asking questions of who slept with who to get to where, and did this person do that? And Sue Surf is following a transsexual. Listen, Sue Surf and Tay Rock, whatever they niggas is doing, that has nothing to do with him. And I'm not defending Easy the Block Captain because if your man was out here following trannies, and y'all have a big thing against that in battle rap, that should be an issue. Me personally, I don't see the real issue. Because it's not me. Like I don't know the nigga. I don't know none of these niggas, so I don't have an idea of these niggas. I just think that I just find it funny that Easy couldn't really answer that question at the same time. He's like, I can't say nothing about that. Like, and my thing is, but what do you expect him to say if he's friends with the nigga? The nigga's in jail, I think that's the thing we forget sometimes in media is like, so many people are friends with each other. So like we're asking them to like give us like personal information on people they're generally cool with, co-workers, like niggas they share workspace with. So they may not be so eager to just be like, oh man, fuck out of here, you know what I mean? Yeah, that nigga this, that. He cool with that nigga. Like he made money with this nigga. Why would he throw a Sue Surf under the bus for Adept hnic, but I'll say this too. I'll say this when it comes to that whole situation with Easy and Adept. Both of y'all look kind of crazy right now. There's a bunch of arguing in battle rap media. Niggas are trying to flame Easy the Block Captain right now. Media is trying to come at Easy the Block Captain, trying to flame him. Um, Honestly, Easy the Block Captain, I don't know what you was thinking trying to interview Adept. You don't interview Adept unless you're ready to have like a real legitimate like debate on spirituality and shit. You know what I mean? Me, I love it. I love all of it. I love scholarships. I mean, you can debate anything. Because I feel like no one's morality should be judged in their faith. You feel me? And sometimes I feel like we'll instantly say that, oh, well, he doesn't believe in this, so he's a devil worshiper. And I feel like with Adept sometimes, that's the first thing you bring up Pan and the other things, and motherfuckers don't even know about these niggas, bro. Let's keep that a stat, bro. Like the average person that does not know about these terms and Pan and these Judo Abrahamic iconographies of Christian and Islamic and Jewish faith. We don't. Some of us don't know these terms, my nigga. We don't know these terms. We don't know these things. They were battling on a checkerboard floor. You're saying they're playing on this diametrical spiritual summoning thing where like evil spirits come and, bro, just respectfully, bro. Most niggas don't know none about none of that shit. And only niggas who do are the irony. This is all coming from Judo-Christian Abrahamic faith mythology. So all this occult, devil worshipping, summoning of demons and Beelzebub and other shit, this is coming from the same faith that you're subscribing me to go to and look to for guidance. And all they're doing is describing other faiths that they're calling barbaric and monstrous. But meanwhile, angels look like fucking winged fucking frisbees with eyes on them and shit, or dog-like creatures and shit. Like these demonic owl-like beings that come from the sky and say, "Do not fear me," while people were actively shitting themselves. Then they would rape women and make Nephilim giants. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's a bias for one, though we can't look critically at the other. Let's not do that just for the sake of promoting a certain level of vitriol towards black faith and black people, bro. And I'm just gonna say it for what it is. I feel like Easy to Block Captain. At the end of the day, if niggas bring up the fact that you choked out your girl, bro, you gotta eat that, bro. I ain't gonna hold your big dog. Now you put your hands on your woman. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't fuck with that shit. I don't know you personally. Like, who cares what I think for real? Like, you know what I mean? And if you and your shorty were able to talk it out and get past the point where you told her you're sorry, and you know what I mean, you earned that trust back with your woman, and she's able to give you a chance, and you no longer do that, then hey, I think anybody has a chance to change. But you can't be upset when people bring this up at the same token. And I noticed that it does get you rather upset when people bring that up, which rightfully so. It's something that you're trying to move past. But at the end of the day, bro, it's something that you did that was goofball shit. Let's just call it what it is. It was corny. You feel me? At the end of the day, any relationship where y'all putting your hands on each other is completely toxic. Man or woman. I don't go off the thing of, oh man, woman's place and this, that, and the third. When you date somebody, you're a partner with somebody, you and that person have the equal right to express your disdain and dislike for certain things going on. A woman has every right to confront her nigga about something that he's doing in a relationship that's not working. She don't have to. She's not your child. She don't have to come and like, well, let me check my tone, make sure I talk to you. Because as a grown ass fucking adult, you should be able to be accountable for when you do things at fault. Now, can certain people get a little extra with the shit they saying? Of course. But that's the beauty of communication. When you're in a partnership with somebody, both of y'all learn how to talk to each other. Like y'all got some goddamn sense. Like at a point, you have to humble yourself, and she has to humble herself, and y'all both able to communicate. If y'all weren't able to do that, you don't go and choke shorty out to a head bust like a fucking warhead. You was supposed to, you know what I mean, walk away from that. Nigga D-Boy had to jump in and break it up, apparently, is what they said. They said there was footage of the shit, the whole nine. Nigga said that there was footage of you 40 house that was shooting some reality TV show, which he confirmed it was a reality TV show being shot, but there was technically no footage that was released. He said that it was footage shot. Adept said that, there's footage out, and then Easy said, where's the footage? Get the footage, call him right now with the footage. Adept, funny enough, couldn't really go get the footage because he never saw the footage. And that's where this whole thing goes to, is that I'm into a big conspiracy, bro. I'm into conspiracies. I'm into conspiracies, my nigga. I love conspiracies. Bet y'all didn't know that they released a bunch of paperwork basically showing that they were like looking into like telekinetic research for like psionic abilities since the 50s. A lot of us already knew this. A lot of us already see this. But I think just going forward, you know, I put a lot of stake. I put a lot of stake into something that I can research. You feel what I'm saying? And when there's no evidence, when there's no proof, there's no paperwork, nothing showing this. You can't just go around saying niggas is sucking dick, bro. I just call it what it is to death. You know what I mean? You can say what you want. You know what I mean? But there gotta be something substantiated behind this. And secondly, I'm just gonna keep it a band, bro. I don't give a fuck about people being gay. I do not. I'm not. I don't give it up like this. I like ass. I don't know. Women are divine creatures to me. I the more the merrier for those of us who enjoy, you know what I mean, female proclivities. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't care. Like I don't care what other niggas is doing. If them niggas is doing body boy shit up there just to get signed to battle rap contracts, and that's what the fuck they're doing. Um, it's really it. It's nothing new. I notice how niggas like to bring this up now, and they like to bring up an old era of hip hop. When I promise you, and definitely I done did the digging. Them niggas was even worse back in the day. It's some niggas you think is certified gangster that was putting on Kool-Aid lipstick behind closed doors. So it's not that deep. It's not. If people didn't have to hide and try to be the super macho ass person they needed to be, half these niggas would be wearing fucking skirts and pom poms and shit, bro. Because that's who they really are on the inside. That's in their spirit. And me personally, I'd rather have people to be themselves versus trying to be these characters. So me, I don't give a fuck what you do, and I don't understand me personally. You know, Adept, I liked your documentary on Chris Unbiased, you know what I mean? Just because a lot of the information I can go corroborate. Now, some of it, when it was going off things that weren't in court documents and things like that, I couldn't do. But for the most part, I wanted to corroborate certain things. I want to be able to corroborate certain things with evidence, that's all. But, bro, I'm going to keep it a band, bro. Like, you got to, it's an anti-black sentiment that comes from that sometimes. I do notice it. There's always an attack on black-oriented things. DME Detroit, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, again, I fuck with some of y'all content too. So, like, I'm not the guy that's gonna join on a hate train. But I'm also in a dead middle where I fully see why people don't fuck with y'all. And the problems with some of the shit that y'all say. Um, and not gonna take away from it when Tony Bro says something like to you like DME Detroit that you're attacking black entrepreneurship and businesses. I'm not saying that that has any basis of an argument, but seeing as how we're not dissecting the racists that we allow in KOTD, the numerous neo Nazis that were allowed to run rampant in the white battle rap scene, the levels of people making claims of rape, child molestation openly in bars, the level of creeps and weirdos on the white angle of battle rap. We are going to find it a bit funny when it's only one side of the table getting that level of lens. When I promise you, I did not hear any of you niggas having the vitriol for seeing Hollahan come back and nigga have the fucking swastika on his back. Or the other neo-Nazi that King of the Dot had painted on the wall. I didn't see the call-outs from these battles. Maybe I wouldn't dare it in, but I'm just saying as a long-time fan, certain shit I noticed. Certain shit I noticed and certain shit I'm gonna look at. Y'all ain't had that energy for this, but y'all got it for that. Okay. And I say this all in due respect. I know none of you. These are just my thoughts on the back and forth between three of you. Easy to block captain. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The interviews are dope. You know, getting it out there, and you'll ask anything. You might need to fall back from the media for a second. This didn't look good. Going back and forth with them. Uh, it wasn't. That was. You didn't need that. Salute, you can give an interview with somebody. Like, yo, I would definitely love to have a conversation with somebody respectfully and debate differences without it turning into name calling and shit like that. And that's my only thing with this YouTube community shit. Like, I like to give my opinions on people's takes and things, but like, I don't want to get called dick eaters and bitch ass nigga and get accused of shit I don't do. I ain't with all that shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm here for the discourse and the conversation and the exchange of thoughts, and that's what this is supposed to be about. You know, niggas try to toast themselves as scholars or researchers or people who do, you know what I mean, shit like that. So, I'll say this: that Adept, you know, when you say peace and peace to all the heterosexuals, and without us, there wouldn't be them. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's a fundamentally true statement just on genetics. I mean, you have to procreate a certain way to make men and women, yeah. But, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I would like to see more scholastically, scholastically inclined arguments going forward for your disdain for certain entities, if that makes sense. Because, like, again, when you say, they signed away their rights and their freedoms, this, that, and third, and more than likely that's not the case. URL had money going to caffeine, so you got to think about it. If URL was fronting any money, they had the collateral. They did a Rockefeller. Well, like, we gonna sign a little partnership deal. We gonna sign a partnership deal. Yeah, we can make this money, put this money up front. But we didn't got so used to having budget money and niggas putting money in the back end, meeting us halfway in the middle, that a lot of our money can go towards promotion and other thing, and the money they sending can pay artists. So they're not paying artists out of their own pocket, so they got more money to invest in their business. It's a good strategy. And at the end of the day, none of us seen the URL contracts. None of them. We're doing a lot of hypotheticals. Do they fake the numbers? Of course they fake the fucking numbers. All these goddamn apps fake they fucking numbers. Why would they not be any different? When the illusion of monetary gain is what gets monetary gain. Yes, all of them fake their numbers. URL fake their numbers. Niggas is not getting 100 million views on an app that got only like a ninth of its subscriber base from the YouTube channel. Good, they're making a killing, but I just feel all the occult and niggas joining fun houses. Do I feel personally there's some niggas who do some weird shit for a piece of change? Hell yeah. Do I feel it's an initiation just to get into the game? No, you just got a gay dude who's using his leverage and power to take advantage of people. Like Trump. You don't investigate Trump, do you? No. Not at all. Can we just get to battle rap, guys? Can we just get back to battle rap? Battle rap's so lame, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. RBE got a new car with Mook and Big K. But that's so fucking random. I just don't. Like, I'm gonna watch it, but like King Los and Ill Will, like that's salute King Los, me from the town. I don't care this. I don't care for that battle. I'm sorry. I don't care. So Zay from Charlotte though, he on the car versus, you know, Jay something. Jay Jay Slash or fuck it. Charlotte on the card. And snipers on the card. So salute to the RBE card coming out. Black Ice Cartel just had a card. A lot of Zaylors is on the card. So salute to that. I don't care. I just don't care about some of these battles coming out. I want to see them. They're good. I'm gonna talk about them, but I don't really care. I'm trying to get into battle rap again. This is the first thing I saw. These niggas arguing, and then these niggas is arguing, and then about nothing. I'm just gonna keep it a band. Like, you're arguing about if Beasley's Funhouse that the niggas like, touching these rappers or not. And see, my thing is, if he is, then we need to really look into the fact that fuck the occult shit. We got a dude who's like a serial serial preterist against the young black man trying to make a living in rap music. That's not indicative of the rap industry. Nigga think, oh, you gotta get in the industry, you had to do this to do that. Like, no, they ran into a dude who do this and do that. And to sign his record label, he do this and do that. That nigga don't know nothing about the occult, no worship, no Luciferian gods of the underworld. He's just a body boy on the low, and he uses his position and power to take advantage of other people. That's believable. People do it all the time. Power. But when we start saying it's the occult, and we start saying that, oh, you're Pan African, of course you're the occult, you know what I mean? Then, easy. Niggas bring up shit you did, you getting mad about it. We gotta be better in media, guys. Seriously. Those are my thoughts, to be honest. Again, I have no issue with any of you guys. I feel like we should all be able to coexist in this YouTube space. But I won't keep it 1,000. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. On one hand, Adept, I see why people may not rock with you and have nothing to do with what you're saying. It's just things you've said. Like the Charleston White thing when people be like, oh, it's the bigger message. Like, yeah, it's the bigger message, but nigga, like, you talk about raping people and shit, bro. Like, fuck you talking about? Then you double down on this shit. It's like, I'm all for supporting the people, bro. Black people, we gotta stand together and support our own. But all at the same time, man, you just can't let anybody come and say they're for the people and what they're exposing. And oftentimes, these niggas are literally just as devilish as the people they're exposing. So you have to be careful, guys. But it's Nerd Rap Podcast. I ain't got shit to say. I'm out.